He who loses wealth loses much, he who loses a friend loses more, but he that loses his courage loses all. Talking without thinking is like shooting without aiming. In order to attain the impossible, one must attempt the absurd. Truth will rise above falsehood as oil above water. To be prepared is half the victory. Too much sanity may be madness, and the maddest of all, to see life as it is and not as it should be. Our hours in love have wings, in absence, crutches. Forewarned, forearmed, to be prepared is half the victory. One man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars, and the world will be better for this. The eyes, those silent tongues of love. I do not say a proverb is amiss when aptly and reasonably applied, but to be forever discharging them, right or wrong, hit or miss, renders conversation insipid and vulgar. When the severity of the law is to be softened, let pity, not bribes, be the motive. True valor lies between cowardice and rashness. There is nothing so subject to the inconstancy of fortune as war. When thou art at Rome, do as they do at Rome. One of the most considerable advantages the great have over their inferiors is to have servants as good as themselves. He preaches well that lives well. No padlocks, bolts, or bars can secure a maiden better than her own reserve. Be a terror to the butchers, that they may be fair in their weight, and keep hucksters and fraudulent dealers in awe, for the same reason. A person dishonoured is worse than dead. Never stand begging for that which you have the power to earn. The knowledge of yourself will preserve you from vanity. Delay always breeds danger, and to protract a great design is often to ruin it. Fear has many eyes and can see things underground. A closed mouth catches no flies. Those who'll play with cats must expect to be scratched. Truth may be stretched, but cannot be broken, and always gets above falsehood, as does oil above water. The gratification of wealth is not found in mere possession or in lavish expenditure, but in its wise application. Man appoints, and God disappoints. God bears with the wicked, but not forever. Proverbs are short sentences drawn from long experience. Drink moderately, for drunkenness neither keeps a secret, nor observes a promise. Tell me thy company, and I'll tell thee what thou art. Love and war are the same thing, and stratagems and policy are as allowable in the one as in the other. That which costs little is less valued. Our greatest foes, and whom we must chiefly combat, are within. Laziness never arrived at the attainment of a good wish. Jests that give pains are no jests. There is no greater folly in the world than for a man to despairs. Valor lies just halfway between rashness and cowardice. It is one thing to praise discipline, and another to submit to it. To withdraw is not to run away, and to stay is no wise action, when there's more reason to fear than to hope. I believe there's no proverb but what is true. They are all so many sentences and maxims drawn from experience, the universal mother of sciences. Every man is the son of his own works. Fair and softly goes far. The bow cannot always stand bent, nor can human frailty subsist without some lawful recreation. From reading too much and sleeping too little, his brain dried up on him and he lost his judgment. There are only two families in the world, my old grandmother used to say, the haves and the have-nots. A stupid woman holds a man by the throat, a smart woman by the hand, a wise woman doesn't hold him at all. Every man is as heaven made him, and sometimes a great deal worse. 'Tis ill talking of halters in the house of a man that was hanged. Modesty, 'tis a virtue not often found among poets, for almost every one of them thinks himself the greatest in the world. No fathers or mothers think their own children ugly. The most difficult character in comedy is that of the fool, and he must be no simpleton that plays that part. Time ripens all things, no man is born wise. It seldom happens that any felicity comes so pure as not to be tempered and allayed by some mixture of sorrow. A private sin is not so prejudicial in this world as a public indecency. That's the nature of women, not to love when we love them, and to love when we love them not. Liberty, as well as honor, man ought to preserve at the hazard of his life, for without it life is insupportable. Truth indeed rather alleviates than hurts, and will always bear up against falsehood, as oil does above water. 'Tis the only comfort of the miserable to have partners in their woes. Good actions ennoble us, and we are the sons of our deeds. Virtue is the truest nobility. Well, there's a remedy for all things but death, which will be sure to lay us flat one time or other. I have always heard, Sancho, that doing good to base fellows is like throwing water into the sea. There is also this benefit in brag, that the speaker is unconsciously expressing his own ideal. Humor him by all means, draw it all out, and hold him to it.